understand the principles of life, and comprehend the realm of time. Welcome to all students and enthusiasts of numbers phenomena for tuning in. This program is presented by Daishin Ai, the developer of Numbers Phenomena. By analyzing the core content from Daishin Ai's book on Numbers Phenomena Human, we will be guided to deeply explore the essence of life behind the numbers. That's all for this section. In the next session, we will continue to follow teacher Daishin Ai, and together uncover the deeper information behind our life processes through numbers phenomena. Remember, whether you wish to understand yourself more deeply or are searching for answers and direction in life, numbers phenomena can provide you with a clearer, more essential path of understanding and practical solutions. Understand the principles of life and comprehend the realm of time. Welcome to the program. This program is presented by teacher Daishin Ai, the developer of Numbers Phenomena. By analyzing the core content from teacher Daishin Ai's books on Numbers Phenomena Human, she guides us to deeply explore the essence of life behind the numbers.
So in this process, even during consultations, I explain very seriously, attentively, and comprehensively what situations this person may encounter in their life, and I always emphasize that they should try their best to avoid losses and disputes when investing in the restaurant industry. All the countless threads of information in their life, every choice they make, will together shape such an outcome. And it's actually very difficult for us to recognize and be aware of this unless we have studied numbers phenomena and have a very clear understanding and awareness of the numbers phenomena around us. Only then can we face it directly and possibly avoid it. When I say avoid, I don't necessarily mean it in a negative sense. What I mean by avoid is that we can further choose what will happen next in our lives. So, returning to this case, this woman firmly believes in the phrase destiny is created by oneself. She feels that the kind of person she is and the things she will face in the future are all determined by herself. Of course that's true, every step in our lives is determined by ourselves. I just remembered what the teacher shared with everyone, that information is both rich and limited. So after about a year of consultation, she was working for a construction company. Then one day, while driving home from the construction site, she got into an accident, and the word accident was written in quotation marks in my book. This traffic accident resulted in her losing the ability to move her right leg. So why did I put quotation marks around the word accident in the book? Because, as we all know, once you study numbers phenomena further, you'll realize that these are choices that have already been laid out for us in life, as if predestined. Her phone number, company registration number, and vehicle plate number all contain similar numbers, combination 78129. This is not a coincidence, rather. Each number's combination aligns perfectly with her life path. No matter how many seemingly different numbers surround you, they all reflect your life. Their appearance is inevitable, not accidental. This is a real phenomena that I have discovered over the years while studying numbers phenomena. Of course, these are the numbers we commonly use in our daily lives, unique numbers. For example, a birthday is not a unique number because about 250 babies are born every minute. But things like our phone numbers are unique numbers, as are various registration numbers. These are all unique numbers. Unique numbers reveal information about your life that is exclusive to you. The appearance of these numbers may seem random or coincidental, but if you study numbers phenomena more deeply, you'll find that their occurrence is actually inevitable. At the same time, the woman in this case has been using her number for 20 years. If we go back 20 years to her student days and analyze this case, the results revealed by her number would be consistent with the conclusions drawn from the case at the time of consultation on that timeline. Because the information revealed by numbers is extremely rich, for friends in their student years, we would focus more on their personal learning abilities, their interests and hobbies, as well as how their future abilities are shaped and their patterns of interaction with family members and so on. But if we focus on aspects such as traffic safety, driving safety, and physical well-being, the information we obtain will be consistent. That is, it will indicate phenomena such as inconvenience in actions and limitations in behavior. This also points to a very peculiar phenomenon. Things have already been predetermined. This is something that, over the years of studying numbers, has constantly challenged and reshaped my own way of thinking. Because personally, I prefer to seek empirical evidence. As I mentioned to everyone before, during my journey of studying numbers, I also experienced a major breakthrough in my way of thinking. The analysis of numbers can not only analyze a person's current state, what we call the positioning of information, since information is so abundant. For example, when it comes to a person's personality, it can not only analyze analyze what kind of personality this person has, but also uncover the reasons behind why this person has developed such a unique personality. This relates to their family of origin, their upbringing environment, their educational background, their cognition, values, and other comprehensive factors, all of which together shape this unique character. And this unique personality is just one of the many positions within the vast combination of information in a person's life. At the same time, not only can we see the process and reasons behind the formation of this personality, but we can also further observe the clear outcomes, that is, how such a personality will influence and direct different aspects of their life. This is something both fascinating and highly valuable that numbers phenomena brings to us. We can use numbers phenomena to further analyze every aspect of each key moment that may occur in an individual's future life. At the same time, the process of our analysis is based on precise and comprehensive information about the person, rather than on inference or speculation. This is also why I often tell everyone that the information revealed by numbers phenomena is truly worth a lifetime of study, because it concerns the very information of life itself. At the same time, the value that numbers phenomena can bring to humanity is extremely high. As we continue to study it, analyze it, and even delve deeply into it, you will find that in life, results that might have taken you 5, 10, or even 20 years to achieve through experience alone. Through the study of numbers phenomena, you can clearly analyze the future outcome and direction of something, even before you have personally experienced it during the research process. I believe that those of you who are capable of value-driven thinking can already see the tremendous value that numbers phenomena hold in our lives. Alright, let's return to this section and continue our interpretation. Each individual is closely connected to the characteristics of their own numbers phenomena, which reflect every detail of our lives. Why did I think of this particular case? Because before the car accident happened, he firmly believed that he had changed his life through his own efforts and would never follow the same path as his mother. Yes, that's right. He did indeed make tremendous efforts to break away from his family of origin, and this allowed him to improve his quality of life. This is something that is beyond doubt. However, everyone must pay attention to the fact that this change, along with its underlying reasons, motivations, and the process of action, are all fully reflected in his numbers phenomena. In other words, even his transformation was something that was bound to happen. So when we trace this information, incredibly fascinating and rich details emerge. Through this piece of information, we can trace back to his parents and see that the environment of his family of origin is reflected in his numbers phenomena. In other words, the environment of his family of origin was destined to exist. So as I mentioned before, the information of each individual is not just about ourselves. Every one of us living in this world, your numbers, phenomena, and information are actually a synthesis formed by the inheritance of information passed down through generations in your family. Of course, every individual is unique, and behind each unique person lies the inheritance of family bloodlines, cultural heritage, and an immense and distinctive wealth of information. Returning to the case of this son-in-law, the reason his family developed such an extreme environment, with his father having an extremely bad temper and his mother experiencing paralysis, had already been revealed in the numbers phenomena of his parents long ago. And the parents' numbers phenomena are further passed down to the child through the family's shared numbers combination, which I will discuss in detail later, thus forming both the family's collective information and the child's unique personal information. So, as we just mentioned, even this son-in-law's mindset of wanting to change, as well as his subsequent concrete efforts and hard work in life, are all manifestations of his numbers phenomena. These are pieces of information revealed by his numbers and are destined to appear in his life experience. I understand that for those of you who have no prior knowledge of numbers phenomena, this might seem a bit complicated. Now let's return to the numbers combination 7812. First, let me explain this combination to everyone in a simple and clear way. The numbers 7812 combinations often causes individuals to place more pressure on themselves in the workplace than they can actually handle. As we just discussed, whether it's mentally or physically, they will continuously add significant burdens onto themselves. Among these, the numbers 812 combination is particularly notable for exhibiting excessive energy depletion and frequent late nights. I will do my best to list out in the comments section all the similar combination for each number's categories I mention. If I miss any, please feel free to remind me. So what is the reason behind such extreme exhaustion? The root cause indeed comes from his desire for breakthroughs at work and a strong drive for progress. The immense pressure and intensified persistence behind these changes have reinforced his habit of frequently pushing himself to exhaustion. As for someone who, during their driving, drives while fatigued once, twice, and if every day this cycle repeats without rest, if every time they drive they are fatigued or dozing off, wouldn't that increase their risk of having a car accident? So this is also one of the factors that leads to car accidents. You might ask, teacher, is it certain that fatigue driving will lead to limited mobility or even paralysis? Everyone should understand that even if his mobility is not impaired due to a car accident caused by fatigue driving, he could still end up with a similar outcome because of other factors. We need to understand that when we study numbers phenomena and when we observe numbers phenomena from different perspectives, you'll find that every detail in life is like a data point, coming together to form a very complex network, intricately interwoven. Within this network, there are countless central points, and each central point can lead to the same conclusion, that is, similar outcomes. Just like we mentioned earlier, within the scope of life that we are able to perceive, he did indeed make changes. But from 20 years ago, or even earlier, we could already analyze from his numbers combination that he would face the outcome of unchanged actions. This outcome gradually took shape over time as it accumulated. And the information from numbers phenomena as a channel through which we can observe every perspective of our lives reveals the various reasons behind the reality he cannot resist. This may sound mysterious, but in fact, there is nothing mystical about numbers phenomena. This is our life shaped bit by ourselves. Every moment of your present is laying the groundwork for your future. However, within your thinking, your cognition, and your worldview, there exist comprehensive factors and information passed down through generations. The kind of person you are determines the kind of numbers phenomena you possess. So you might ask, teacher, is this matter irreversible? The only way to change the phenomenon of him getting into a car accident is to ensure that, in his work and life, he does not take on burdens and pressures beyond what he can handle. That way, he won't become overly fatigued while driving, or end up driving under the influence after excessive drinking during client meetings. Furthermore, when he is in such a situation, it is something he cannot change, because from a young age it has been deeply ingrained in him to escape from this kind of family environment, the psychological burden caused by his mother's illness, and the extremely painful living conditions brought about by his father's irritable temper. Everything he does is to escape the extreme exhaustion and sacrifices brought on by the shadows of his childhood. Yet this very exhaustion and sacrifice have instead led him to another extreme in life, even resulting in an outcome similar to his mother's physical health issues. So we often say that within the shared numbers combination among family members, within the patterns that exist for each member of the family, there must be something in common. In the medical system, we refer to this commonality as hereditary disease. Similarly, in terms of behavior, we can also observe, for example, children inheriting their parents' professions, or having the same marital patterns as their parents, sharing similar hobbies and behaviors, and experiencing similar life journeys and paths. So when you study numbers phenomena, you will discover many seemingly exquisite and miraculous coincidences in life that we previously had no way to explain. Therefore, when studying and researching numbers phenomena, you will find that all of these are inevitable and they all contain rich, complex, verifiable and researchable information. Alright, today we have explained a small section from the first chapter of our perspective on numbers phenomena human. Now let's use the final paragraph of this chapter to summarize. The kind of person you are determines the kind of numbers combination you possess. To truly understand all the information from birth to death, it can only be done through numbers phenomena because numbers phenomena are accurate, objective, comprehensive, and intuitive, without any bias or misleading elements. At the same time, numbers phenomena can reflect all of life's experiences, including the past, present, and future. I'm very happy to have been able to explore and share with everyone today the information and rich value that numbers phenomena bring to our lives. If you enjoyed this, please follow and subscribe to us. As for our students from all around the world, whether you are a foundation or advanced practical course student, have already become a numbers consultant, or are just starting your journey into the study of numbers phenomena, I am truly delighted to be able to share this knowledge and wisdom about life with you. Of course, students can consult our numbers consultants to further explore and learn. I also welcome everyone's questions at any time, and I welcome all of you to join us.
Understand the principles of life and comprehend the realm of time. Welcome to all students and enthusiasts of numbers phenomena for tuning in. This program is hosted by teacher Daishin Ai, the developer of numbers phenomena. By analyzing the core content of her book Numbers Phenomena Human, she leads us to deeply explore the essence of life behind numbers. That's all for this section. In the next section, we will continue to follow teacher Daishin I, and together uncover the deeper information behind our life processes through numbers phenomena. Please remember, whether you wish to understand yourself more deeply or are searching for answers and direction in life, numbers phenomena can provide you with a clearer, more essential path of understanding and practical solutions.